Hi, my name is Stefan Prohorov from Sofia, Bulgaria, and I participate in the International Directors Summit as a director from Sofia, Bulgaria. I was initially drawn not by directing, but by playwriting. I had my first play produced when I was 17, and after all the damage I saw the director do to the play, I said to myself that I wouldn't like this to happen to me anymore. So I decided to become a director. So I did this to others. I'm not particularly inspired by directing right now. I think that the way we perceive directing is old-fashioned and even harmful. I believe that what brought the necessity of directing into theater has long gone, and we need to be much more mindful and open into transforming the position and job description of the director into something much more adequate for our days. I wish people knew that directors and artists in general are actually not that smart and not necessarily that intelligent and aware of what they talk about. The job of an artist is to create art, but this doesn't make them competent or adequate to comment or necessarily make sense of any major event or thought in humanist perspective or any other perspective. So I wish people knew that when you ask an artist about their opinion on anything, this doesn't mean that they have a qualified opinion. Artists are very good in interpreting events and making a bridge between the understanding of people and those events or concepts, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they do understand them. So if a director makes a performance about quantum physics or politics or war, this doesn't mean that they have an actual understanding of quantum physics or war or any event that has happened. So we shouldn't expect too much of artists in that perspective. On the contrary, we should know that they can be extremely helpful with their creativity and their insight into how things can actually happen much easier. Directors are uniquely suited to address the challenges of today because of their inherited privilege. So we need to acknowledge that directors have a huge privilege, not necessarily deserved, not necessarily meaningful, but they do have it. So this brings the responsibility and also all the open doors that lie between them into tackling those challenges. I believe that the greatest challenge that directors should tackle is their own position of privilege and stepping back from it in order to make theater more meaningful and needed for people of today. Theater has been around for so long, I think it would be really a pity to lose it. So since it's that old, it's good to keep. Why right now? I'm not sure that it's needed right now, but it happens live every time. So I think that this question loses meaning the moment we ask it. Theater should be because it's here anyway, and we better make use of it. Cheap. I think theater will have to become very, very cheap and accessible again. There isn't a single question that I try to answer through art. I don't think that art can answer any question. Art can provide consolation or at least the false sense of understanding, which very often is good enough, like putting a baby to sleep when their tummy hurts. They just fall to sleep. It doesn't mean the tummy doesn't hurt anymore, but they don't cry when they sleep. So I think that's what art should do to people.